Hello. Hey guys. All right, let me just get this over here. And also start off by saying thank you, Joel, for and better cue that. Thank you, Joel, over on YouTube there for your contribution. Thank you very much for the coffee. Coffee is here in hand. And surely be needing it because I'm not feeling all that well. Like, not sick, but I don't know. Today, so first up, last week, if you guys were watching, I said I planned on streaming this build on Monday. It's now Tuesday, the next day, because yesterday was actually also the last day of like the Chinese New Year holiday here. I didn't know that it was also continuing to Monday. So yesterday I was just with my family all day because we had one more day of vacation. And so, starting this a little late, and so I've got today and tomorrow to work, and then Thursday I'm heading off to Chile. So, I think I'm just feeling like a little bit stressed, like anxious about the trip. Not that like there's anything to worry about, but I don't know, just anxious before travel, thing, that kind of thing. But how you guys all doing this morning? On Twitch as well. Striker, Winged Wolf, No Swad, how are you guys doing? Everyone there on YouTube. It's a good amount of you guys here. The Downs are essentially the same kids with different names. I guess so. I'm not scared because of the China. I'm not scared of the coronavirus. No, I mean that kind of thing. Unless it was like a really serious epidemic, then I don't know. Like it's the kind of thing. There's not really any point in worrying about it. And you can take preventative measures like wearing a mask. Wash your hands a bunch, but like it's not really a whole lot that you can do, and it's not that widespread that like it's gonna be a big problem. But we got a ton of parts here for this guy, and a ton of leftover parts too. So you can see why like the box is so big for this kit. But you guys haven't seen the unboxing for this yet, because it's one where I'm planning to have the unboxing and the review all in one. So that's one thing, one of the many things that I'm going to try to get done in the next 2 days before I leave the country. So yeah, I'm almost finished with my first MG. Should finish it by Sunday. Oh, that's good. Winged Wolf. Winged Wolf, you mentioned in a previous stream what your first MG was going to be. I forget what you said though. It was the Zaku 2 or something? What was it? Remind me. Yeah. The Sengoku Astray. Okay, yeah. Zaku 2 was a little bit off on that one. But there you go. Cool. Sengoku Astray. I haven't built that one. But it's a pretty interesting design, yeah? Mono Mitch, your first stream. Well, welcome. Blaze, what did you miss? You haven't missed anything yet. We're starting off with the head, which is we usually start off building the body first, but in the manual you build the head first because you have to kind of build the head sort of into the torso a little bit. So it's kind of a little bit sunk in there. I think last time, the original Dwadge, I think I built that live as well, didn't I? And I think I remember like I didn't build the head first, but then like it was kind of tricky to get the head onto the body because I didn't build it first. So Fatty wants a cookie. Hello. Good morning. Streamer Snippa. M Plaza. Slime Pilot. Man Kitlam. Giselle. Hey guys. Sushi Oda. What's my favorite grunt suit build? The master grade gym kits, like the Sniper 2, the Sniper Custom, the Colony type. Those are all pretty nice. The Jesta as well. Master Grade kit, of course, is a great grunt in quotation marks. So yeah, there's a lot of good Master Grade grunt kits out there. The Zaku 2, of course, just the Master Grade Zaku 2 2.0 is an amazing kit. So yeah, like if you're a fan of grunt suits, you actually have a pretty good selection of stuff in the Master Grade line, the High Grade line, of course, as well. But like there's a good amount of Master Grade kits. I missed a little nub on here. There's a good amount of some of the best Master Grade kits happen to be the grunt suits. So that kind of works out. Hey Zach, ever heard of 5-Star Stories? Do you plan on getting any kits? Yeah, of course, I've heard of 5-Star Stories. I don't have any plans to get any 5-Star Stories kits. I wouldn't be against building any 5-Star Stories kits. A lot of them are resin kits, or the plastic ones are pretty expensive. So I don't know. It's something I may do in the future, yeah, sure. It probably would be fun. Interesting to do, I suppose. I'm not a fan of all the designs, but some of the designs are pretty cool. Like, it's a very unique style, right? I think it's not going to be something that's appealing to everyone. But some of the designs are pretty cool, yeah? Lee, how's it going? I think I saw both Lees in there, so Lee Williams and Holy also. Gail said, how much leftover plastic? Any interesting parts? There's a ton of leftover plastic, and yes, some good interesting parts in there. Definitely some usable parts in this, like if you didn't want to build this exactly how it's meant to be built. Oh, where's that part? Oi? Huh? Oh, it's that part. Okay, sorry. Thought I was missing something, but I wasn't. That goes in there like that. And just that on there like that. Alright. Very interesting head on this guy. Oh, stupid. Follow the instructions. So that goes in there like this. And this one here. There we go. And this cool antenna on the top. Hey. Like that. The antenna part seems like it's barely held in there. Like, really barely. Is that right? I guess so. You're definitely going to want to put some glue on that, I think. That's barely held in there. Is that on there right? Like, some things must be not in there quite right. I think I don't have the clear part in all the way. Let me see here. Yeah, so that's for the leftover parts. I'll show you some of them here in a moment. Let me just get this head put together. Let me see. Oh, it looks like it's all the way in there. Oof, what was that? There we go. Yo. What's up? Yeah, the Dom. Technically a grunt suit too, of course. Master Grade Dom. As I always say, despite its pretty old kit, that Master Grade Dom, just the original one, I think still holds up pretty well. Alright, so yeah, apparently this antenna part on the top is just going to be just barely held in there, and like it's not even wanting to stay on like at all, not at this point. And you can see just like looking at the illustration in the manual here, it shows you how that's supposed to look, and that looks right. Exactly how that's meant to look. So I don't know. It's just very touchy. All right, so that antenna on the top not really held on very well, but let's just try to avoid touching that so it doesn't pop out. Will you be getting a Faz for review? Henry Zhang, yes, I'll actually be getting 2 Faz, one for review and one for a giveaway. I think I mentioned this in the last stream, but just to remind you guys that when the Faz comes out and we do the live stream build of that, I'm going to be doing another giveaway as part of the live stream. So you guys, if you want to win a Master Grade Faz, then watch the live stream. We'll do another kind of like another kind of like quiz like I did before for the Barbatos. So it'll be like just throughout the build I'll ask questions, and it'll just be whoever the first one to say the right answer will be will get a point, and I'll just keep track of points, and then at the end of the stream the person with the most points will be the winner. So yeah, we did that for the Barbatos and it was pretty fun. So I want to do that again for the Faz. That one, like with the Barbatos, is donated by Patrick. So I haven't seen if Patrick's watching live now, but anyway, that's who is donating those kits. So yeah, I think the Faz is out in February. I haven't seen the schedule though, and I'm not sure if it's out yet. The schedule, I mean. So I'm not sure when in February exactly, but yeah, as soon as that's out, I should have it in hand pretty quickly once it's released. And yeah, we'll do a giveaway for that. What other MGs on the old side, like 15 years, still hold up? The Zigok? I don't know, because I've never built that. Other MGs that still hold up, I would say 15-year plus side, or like 15-year side MGs still hold up. I don't know. I'd have to check when the Master Grade Gundam 2.0 came out, but probably right around that time. And it still holds up, I would say. Let's see. Okay. What else? Hang on. What's different about that? Okay. Also, I think like the Master Grade Ground Gundam and the different variants of that'd be like the Master Grade Gym Sniper and the Master Grade Easy 8, the Master Grade Ground Gym. Those ones, depending on what you want, like they don't, like just in terms of their looks, I think they don't like really match up to like modern Master Grades. But I think despite their age, they're still pretty solid kits. And on that note, also, I think like the Gundam Verka and its variants, also you'll definitely feel that they're a little bit dated, but I think like they still hold up. I think they're still solid kits. So it's just, temper your expectations. Don't expect it to be like on the same level as like the Master Grade Freedom 2.0 or something. Shoot. I swear I did the same thing last time we built this kit. I built this part wrong. Yeah, I'm totally certain I did. Fuck. I need my part separator because this part, I remember, because this part is super tight to get it apart. It happened last time. Damn it. Also, the Master Grade, what's that? The Master Grade Gundam 04 and 05. Like the designs that we're just now finally getting the HD versions of as P-Bandai kits here in the near future. But the Master Grade versions, I think, do also still hold up pretty well. I'm not sure your opinion on them. You've covered the full armor in the past, but would you ever consider doing a live build of any of the upcoming Kotobuki Megami device kits? Yeah, probably. I'm planning on live building the Sitara kit. I have the Sitara kit. I recorded the unboxing for that like a couple weeks ago, and I've been meaning to build that. And yeah, I'm planning on live stream building that because I haven't ever live stream built any of like the Frame Arms Girl Megami device kits or anything like that. So yeah, I do plan on live stream building that Sitara kit as soon as I get the chance, certainly in the near future, once I'm back from Chile. Still have like quite a few things in the queue, but that's one that I've been meaning to get to sooner than others. So yeah. How do you get your pieces to look so clean? I always have marks on them where I cut them after sanding. Just taking it slow, I guess, taking it easy, and also I think just a lot of experience. It's so annoying. So like the super tight part that is the one that I have to take apart because I put it together wrong. Pay attention to the manual when you guys are building stuff. Come on. Fuck. Alright, so let's try that again with the correct part this time. That one in there. This one here. Master Grade Gundam 2.0 is from 2004. Okay, so yeah, it's just over 20 years now. Alright, so that was there. And opposite side. This one here. And this one in here. How often do I change my knife blades? Cody asked, how often do I change my knife blades? Every couple kits. I don't know, it depends. If I'm only using my knife like for snap building stuff, it usually lasts a little bit longer. But if I'm using it, like if I'm working on like some custom modification on some kit or something, I'm using my knife a lot more for that stuff, then it'll wear down sooner. But if I'm just snapping up kits like this, then every couple kits or so. But it's the kind of thing I would say definitely don't be. I mean, replacement knives don't cost that much. Don't be too worried about changing your knife blades out. If it's getting dull, just do yourself a favor and just change it out sooner than later. Because working with a dull blade is just going to be harder work, and you run more of a risk of damaging the parts that you're working on, and you run more of a risk of hurting yourself too with a dull blade. So yeah, let's say if it's starting to feel dull, just change it out. Do you think we'll have some new Thunderbolt kits? Oh, that's a good question. I kind of feel like not, but it really would be a shame if we didn't. But I don't know. Stupid question, but what's the best way to dispose of knife blades? Well, I mean, I just throw them in the trash, because you know, with the thing that you get, at least should I go? I better just go and grab that to show you guys what I mean. But like, if you buy if you're using like this Tamiya knife, like the same one that I use, then like the cartridge of replacement blades also allows you to put the old blades into the cartridge, so like you have a safe place to put them rather than just like throwing it in the trash. Where then like you have to be careful if you ever need to reach in the trash for, I don't know, for whatever reason you may need to reach in the trash or something. But you know, you could very easily then like cut yourself or whatever, or whoever's your trash man throwing out your bags or whatever. Anyway, people can be hurt with just loose knives just bouncing around in the trash, knife blades. So you don't want that. But yeah, the at least the Tamiya knife blades, you can throw the old ones into the compartment for that. Okay, that was supposed to go on there first. This part was supposed to go on there second. Let me just grab that here. So just to illustrate here, this is the replacement blades for the Tamiya modeler's knife. So when you open that, you can take the new blade out here, but then the old blade you can put down into here. So it has like two compartments in here for the new blades you take out, and then the old ones you just stick it down into there. So when I'm done, I just throw it in the trash like that. So the blades are contained in there. No one's gonna get hurt off that. So, have you thought about making a Discord server? Henry is saying yes. I have a Discord server, and but that's part of my Patreon rewards. So it's just for Patreon supporters. Just kind of like a private club kind of thing. So yeah. But I mean, there's other public servers that I'm a part of. So like, if you want to get in touch with me on Discord, like I'm on there, on the GBA, probably one of the biggest ones, Gunpla Builders Association. I'm a part of that Discord as well. So how's the Dwadge? It's pretty good. It's a cool kit. I really liked the first one, so I'm liking this one as well so far. So I need to get this clear part in there just right. I think it's gonna be kind of hard to line this up in there. Let's see. Probably better to use some tweezers for this, but I don't want to get up again. Feeling kind of lazy, so I'll try to get that in there. Come on. Hey. Get in there. Let's see. Are you working on any? Sorry. Zaku and anyone else in the chat, do you sand down your whole kit with 1000 grit before painting decals? Yeah, I'll do a good amount of sanding over pretty much most of the kit, most all of the kit, before I then clean the parts, washing them down for painting. Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's the kind of thing where doing like a ton of sanding before painting is the kind of thing where it's not really necessary, but if you really want like the god damn it. If you really want the best look, then it's not gonna hurt to go in and do, you know, a more sanding. It's only going to make the finished product look better, so you kind of might as well do more sanding. The reason why I suddenly got frustrated was because in the manual, it doesn't say to put these pipe parts in first, but you definitely have to put these pipe parts in first. Okay, Bandai. Hey, speaking of, did you guys watch Saturday Night Live this past weekend with Adam Driver on there again? He's pretty good. He's a pretty funny guy. I liked the bit where they did was Undercover Boss. It's like the return of Undercover Boss. When he was on the first time a few years back, they did the Undercover Boss where he was Kylo Ren, being a undercover like employee on Starkiller base, and in this one they did like kind of update to that, and it was pretty funny. That's this one here. But anyway, what was particularly funny in that sketch was how he kept saying "Okay, Boomer." It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was funny bit. And this one, let's see, in here like that. Hey. Awful. Let's see. Since you'll be in Chile, will Gunpla news next Monday be postponed? Yes, Winged Wolf. Yes, very astute of you to mention that. Yes, exactly. I was going to mention that as well too. Gundam news. Yes. Zaku news. I need to remember. Change the name. Zaku news, as the series is now called. Yeah, which is usually Monday every 2 weeks. Yes, will not be next Monday because I'll still be in Chile, or I'm leaving Chile on Monday, and then I won't be back here in Korea because of the time zone difference. I leave Chile on Monday, and I'm not actually back home until Wednesday. So I mean, it's a long travel too, but just because of the time difference, it's extra long traveling west to east. Anyway, that way over the international date line in the Pacific. So yeah. Alex, good morning, dude. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Interesting to note about this is that it doesn't have a pilot figure, and I don't think we even have one. Yeah, we don't even have one in the leftover parts. There's no pilot figure with this at all. So you have the cockpit here where you could put a pilot figure, but it's not included. I don't remember if the original Dwadge was like that or not. I'd have to go back and check. But it's kind of interesting. It's pretty uncommon. It's like for Gundam Sentinel, the S and the XS Gundam. I've talked about this before, but Bandai doesn't own the rights to the story and like the characters from Gundam Sentinel, so that's why for like the S and XS Gundam, the Deep Striker Gundam, they don't show like the actual pilot in like the manual, and like the pilot figure for those kits is not like any. It's just a generic pilot, because the actual story and like characters for Sentinel is actually owned by who owns that? I forget, but anyway, just I forget at the moment, but so I know like in those cases, like in that case, that's why there's no like specific pilot figure. But in this case, it seems kind of weird. I'm not sure what the reason is for not including a pilot figure with this, where it clearly has a cockpit. Any ideas on that one? If you guys have any ideas, what may be the reason for that? I have no idea. slept in. Oh yeah, Alex is in. Yes, Alex is in Tokyo. Or Alex, well, he's in Japan anyway. Alex, are you in Tokyo now, or where are you? I think there's the torso, and actually the fuel tank here at the back you build much later on, like the very last part of the construction. But I just went ahead and stuck that on there with the torso for the time being, so we have the full kind of top half of the body. Alex is in Japan. It was Model Graphics. Yeah, holds the rights to Gundam Sentinel. Thank you, Henry. Yep, Model Graphics. There you go. Yeah, Alex is in Japan. I know he's traveling around there to a couple different places. So, Kyoto now. Okay, it's in Kyoto. How's the weather there, Alex? It's kind of gloomy, kind of typical kind of January, February weather here. Unfortunately, not the best weather. But hopefully it's at least a little bit sunny or something there in Kyoto for traveling around. Like, I hate when it's like gloomy when you're traveling. It just kind of sucks. Overcast is okay, because that's much better for photographs. If you're, outside somewhere where you want to be taking a bunch of photos, in a park or something, or if you're in Kyoto where you're like probably going around to a bunch of temples and stuff. Rainy and cloudy, yeah, that sucks. But I guess still at the end of the day, it's better to be rainy and cloudy somewhere abroad and seeing in like a new place, seeing stuff you haven't seen before, than just rainy and cloudy at home. So look on the bright side, right? Speaking of weather too, that's the other thing that just has me a little bit nervous about going to Chile, because it's opposite weather from here. So it's winter here, but it's like summer-ish there. But I don't think it's like, from the very little that I know about Chile, I don't think it's really like particularly that warm there. I checked what the weather is going to be like, and like it's going to be slightly warm. But I hate stressing out when you're traveling to another country where the weather is different from where you are, and like you're trying to you have to plan what clothes you're gonna take, but you don't know. Like, it's kind of hard. I feel like it's like hard to judge what the weather is gonna be like exactly, and like exactly what clothes you want to take, because I like to travel as light as possible, so I don't want to take a bunch of stuff that I'm not going to use. I'm sure I'm not alone in sure, like, wanting to travel light is not like obviously something that's not unique to me. I'm sure no one likes traveling with like a gigantic heavy ass bag. Yeah, Winged Wolf, exactly. Same with Advance of Zeta. Advance of Zeta is also like Sentinel, where Bandai doesn't own the rights to the story and the characters. So for like the high grade kits, obviously they don't have pilot characters. But for like the master grade Hazel kits, the pilot figures are just the generic Mark II pilot figures. Bring socks and underwear and buy clothes there. Yeah, that works, but yeah, that's possible. Yeah, that's the thing though too. Like, if like for example, I went somewhere, whatever, like going to Chile, it ends up being like much hotter than I expected, and like I didn't take any shorts or something, for example, I'm sure I'd be able to just go to the store somewhere and just buy a pair of shorts for whatever. Yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal. Or just wear pants and just sweat the whole time. not End of the day, yeah, in most cases it's not going to be a big deal if you don't pack exactly right. But it does still just kind of stress me out a little bit every time traveling like that. Let's see. I forget, why are you going to Chile? Vacation convention? Yeah. Winged Wolf. The reason I'm going to Chile is for a convention there. Yep. For an event there, just a modeling convention there. It's not only Gunpla, but there's scale modeling and stuff there as well too. So yeah, it's Quinta Hobby is the name of it. So if any of you guys are just interested, if you're in Chile, you should be interested, and I hope to see you guys there. But anyone else, if you're just kind of interested to know like what's going on in Chile, there's a Facebook page for the Quinta Hobby event. If you just search Quinta Hobby, you should be able to find that. And Jose, thank you for Jose said thank you for the discount. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you for your contribution. Appreciate that. Glad that you're enjoying using the discount. There we go. One thing about let's see. One thing about the Master Grade Dom kit that I never quite got is this weird part of the skirt. I'll show you here. It's the part we're about to get to next, of like the back skirt. It has this weird kind of little bit to it. It's kind of strange. Brian, you're 39 and only started last year. It's never too late to get into. I kind of missed the beginning part of that conversation, I think, but I'm assuming you guys are talking about getting into Gunpla, being 39 and getting into Gunpla. But yeah, I've gotten like messages from guys just like thanking me for my content or whatever. But stupid. That's why that's not working. Oh, we're putting the wrong polycap in there. That's not a polycap at all. But yeah, I've gotten messages from guys in their like 40s, 50s, even like 60s, who have like said that maybe they've been into scale modeling and then like found my channel and got into Gunpla. Or like I know like another guy said like he was just looking into getting some models or something for like his grandson or something, and like he kind of like got into it as well, like building stuff with his grandson. So yeah, I mean there's plenty of older, more seasoned folks in the hobby. So yeah, I mean that's awesome. Young, old, small, medium, large, whatever the case, it's cool. That's not right. What is that? Oh, it is. What? Oh, wait. Huh? For this, for like the thrusters, like within the back skirt here, you build 3, which are 3 from the original Dom, but then you build 2 new ones, so they're slightly different. So I need to figure out which ones are which. I think the shorter ones are the new ones. These, right? We'll see. The polycaps are different for them as well. So, polycap I. Still haven't tried kit bashing. You need to. Yeah, kit bashing is a lot of fun. The year 38. I didn't know that. I just picked up the MG Barbatos, and in 20 plus years, it'll be my first MG build. Okay, I was kind of reading that wrong. Zero's Hobbyist was saying that, he said, I just picked up the MG Barbatos, and in 20 plus years, it'll be my first build MG. But I don't know. I was reading that wrong for some reason. I was thinking that, or I was like reading it as if he. I guess that would make sense too. I don't know. I was reading that as if like he was saying that he hasn't built an MG kit for 20 years. Like maybe he built an MG kit before, but it's been 20 years since the last one. But I guess that could also make sense. Either that or he's been building Gunpla for 20 years and just has never built an MG kit. Whichever the case, you'll surely enjoy the Masquerade Barbatos, and you missed a lot within 20 years. A lot of good Masquerades in there. You can check out my recent video about like the best kits of the decade. Probably find some good ideas in there, like where to start for some other MG kits to check out in the time that you've missed. But let's see. Winged Wolf, did you see the Figure Art Standard Metal Garurumon? Yeah, I did. I posted about that on my Facebook page. Yeah, there's Bandai's coming out with another Figure Art Standard Digimon kit. So yeah, I was actually quite surprised about that. I expected it to just kind of just be a one-off kind of thing, like they're just putting out the two that they made, and that would kind of be it. But yeah, there's one more. Hello. I can't find a part here. Where is it? It's probably like hiding, stuck inside one of these parts or something. What the? Either that. Oh, it's like. I never want it to be the case where it's like a little part that I just like forgot to clip off the runner and I've already thrown the runners out. Oh no. Where's this piece? No, it's not in there. It's not here. Well, let's just hope that it like is somewhere else in here by accident. Shoot. And hopefully it's not stuck on the runner somewhere. If it is, that part that's missing won't be a difficult part to have to scratch build if it comes down to it. Or I might even have a polycap, which kind of works, because what it is, it's like a polycap part for here, this part, which is the connector piece for that. So hopefully we'll find it. It's just somewhere else in the box there. Shit. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like a plastic part instead of a polycap. So hopefully it's around somewhere. That's annoying. Surely it'll turn up. Let's see. I got these here. Withery Saw. Withery Saw, do I recommend this kit? Yeah, definitely. Either this or the original Dwadge. You know, they're kind of a little bit different flavor. This one definitely has a little bit more of that double Zeta kind of flavor to it, I think. So it may not be to your taste. And just over there on Facebook, Oscar asked, whatever happened to that Roast My Zaku event? Yeah, the Roast My Zaku, or it wasn't Roast My Zaku, I think it was just like, I think I just did Roast My Kid or whatever. Yeah, that was a thing that I tried to do. We did like a kind of recording of that. But it like technical issues, it didn't, the video didn't come out good. Like there was sound problems and stuff, and then just the it just wasn't really, just the content of it also wasn't really what I was hoping it would be. So like I just wasn't happy with it, so that just didn't come through. But it is something that I think is still a funny idea, and I would like to take another stab at that. But yeah, the video just didn't work out, and I just wasn't happy with it, so I just kind of shelved the idea for the time being. And this is right. Okay. Oh my. Like that. Okay. Alright. So there's that big back skirt. I love the design of this back skirt there with all the vents in it like that. Then the side skirts and the front skirts. This front skirt part goes in here. This is the kind of part that once you put it in, it's not coming out unless you drill it out from the back. So I'll have to drill that out from the back later, if that's okay. Like that. And this one here on the back. Alright. Just some parts of this is just kind of going together strangely. It's just kind of throwing me off a little bit. And also, once again, this orange part needs to go on before the front part of the crotch, and it doesn't say that in the manual. So a couple points in this build now that I've come across where Bandai usually will give us the number, where it lets you know this part first, this part second, where they didn't do that in this case. So just pay attention to what you're doing, I guess. Alright, so there's our big skirt armor with this part, which hopefully we'll find that piece so we can stick that up in there. But as it is, you can see we got all the thrusters in there, and then this one will ideally go in there once we get that sorted out. So stick that over here for the time being. Yeah, a Speedball Haro, I can definitely agree with that. I want a V8 and a Mercurius update. I would love new kits of the V8 and Mercurius, whether they be HGs, MGs, whatever, doesn't really matter, but I would definitely also enjoy some new Mercurius and V8 kits. So let's build the legs now, which we've got some very massive parts for the legs. This one in here. Just a lot of parts in the legs in general. A lot of big parts. I guess it's not like, just the actual number of parts is not any, I think probably not that much more than just a standard MG leg. But it's definitely got a lot of big parts in here. There you go. Any chances Bandai make a PG RX-78 2.0? I don't know. I would love that. I hope they will eventually. Even though, as you guys know, I'm not a super big fan of the Perfect Grade line in general. But I think a 2.0 Gundam, like with Bandai's current technology now, I think would be really cool. Jose, thank you again, man. I really appreciate that. Jose said, first time building a PG 160 scale Gundam 00, 7 swords, G model kit. Any advice? Is it your first time building a Perfect Grade in general? There's really not anything. This is one reason why I think the perfect grade line I think gets a little bit overhyped in general, is because there's really not that much different about a PG, from other kits, for the most part, I should say. Like obviously it's gonna be different from like the Unicorn kit because you don't have like the LED wiring, and it's gonna be different from the Exio because you don't have all the LED stuff going in that as well. Like if you had the lighting edition of the Exio, so there are those couple of PGs which do stand out as where it's going to be a little bit different build experience from others. But I mean, like for the 7 swords, it's basically just going to be the same process, just building some master grade. It's just much bigger, and so if you've built, your fair share of kits, high grades, master grades, real grades, whatever, as long as you have like a couple of kits under your belt, like you kind of have the general idea of how Bandai Gunpla kits go together, then you'll be fine. There's nothing really too much that you need to look out for when you're building up a perfect grade. It's just big. So yeah, I mean, like, just trying to think if there's like really anything that, I haven't built that particular kit, so if there is like any specific issues with it, I really couldn't say. But just from my knowledge, it's a pretty fine kit. It's just a bit of a brick because it's big and heavy. That's kind of the thing that is also just kind of standard for perfect grade kits. If any of you guys also know anything more about the PG-007 Swords Gundam, then feel free to chime in. But as far as I know, it's nothing too crazy. Especially for a really expensive kit like that, for like a big expensive kit, I would say, just take your time. Not because you have to be careful of anything in particular, but just because it's a really big expensive kit, just take your time and just enjoy the build. It's not something that I would, want to just like rush through the build as soon as possible. For a big kit like that, you want to just kind of take your time with it and just kind of hang out and enjoy the build. So yeah. Have you seen the announcement from Supernova about the Murasume Liger Zoids kits? No, I don't think I've seen that. From Supernova Zoids kits? No, I have not seen that. Is that like just announced like within the past 24 hours or something? So if I want to get the PG, which is best besides the Exia? Cody, if you wanted to get a PG, which is best besides the Exia, it really depends on what you want out of the kit. The Unicorn is also a really great PG as well. If you, especially like with the Exia, especially if you're doing the whole LED lights in it and everything, but that's pretty expensive. I mean, the LED set adds quite a bit to the cost of the Unicorn Gundam. So if you're a fan of the Unicorn, then I mean you'll definitely love it because it's a great looking kit for sure. Other PG kits, we have the perfect grade Strike, the new version of Strike coming out, which I think is also going to be pretty expensive because it's the perfect Strike, so you got a ton of stuff in there. But the new version of that will be pretty awesome because the original perfect grade Strike is a great kit, and this is basically the same thing, but it's got some updates to the design of the armor, and it's got all the perfect Strike stuff in there as well. So I mean, you kind of have like a lot to enjoy with that kit, I think. I mean, I haven't built it yet, it's not out yet, so I can't say that with total certainty, but that I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pretty great kit, but just expensive just because of how much stuff you get there. It's going to be a big box, I'm sure. But that said, also the perfect grade Astray is also good. It's basically using a lot of the same inner frame of that, so at least the inner frame build is going to be very similar to the Strike. The GPO1 is a perfect grade that I've not ever built, but I could say with pretty good certainty that it would be a fun build, just because it's cool. You have the whole like MS cage thing that like you have to build. Obviously, you don't have to, but that you can build along with that. You have like all the option parts for making it just the regular GPO one or the full burn-in type. So you have some cool option parts in there as well, and the detail, like the proportions and like the gimmicks of that kit, also do look pretty nice. So GPO one, I'd say, would also be probably a pretty fun one to build. So I don't know. It's one that I would like to build at some point. So hopefully, sometime in the future, it's one that I can maybe get my hands on. Alex says they opened a Surugaya in Denden Town, but they only have like 12 kits. Well, hopefully they have. I'm hoping to go sometime later this year, so hopefully they have some more kits by the time that I get there. But Surugaya in Denden, that's good news. Surugaya is one of my favorite shops there, so having one in Denden is pretty cool. MG God of Gundam 2.0. Yeah, Gundam guy, I can certainly agree with that. Always hoping for some new Master Grade kits from the G Gundam line. Winged Wolf says, so the Astray katanas are chrome plated, I believe. What do I do when cutting those out from the runners? Any like chrome plated katana parts when you're cutting them through runners, there's just not really much that you can do. It's just kind of, you just have to cut as carefully as possible not to damage the chrome plating on there. Jose, thank you again. Really, thank you. He said, I'm going to do all of the wiring. It's the first time. One day. I don't care about PG. I just love Gundam 00. Cool. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're a fan of 00, if you're a fan of that design, then yeah, you're gonna love the build, I'm sure. Yeah. So, yeah. That's the great thing about PGs is that if you're a really big fan of that particular design, it's really cool to have a huge model kit of it, like as like your centerpiece of your collection or whatever, right? So like, yeah, if that's the case, they're a huge 00 fan, then certainly it's going to be a really nice addition to your collection, no doubt. All right. A 2.0 camphor, yeah. A 2.0 camphor would be nice. I don't think the original Master Grade camphor kit is that bad. Not as bad as the Alex Master Grade 1.0 kit was. I think the camphor 1.0 holds up much better. But a 2.0, of course, would be nice, yes. Alright. Yeah. Are you going to paint this kit in the future? Yes. I don't know when exactly. It's not one that's going to go immediately into the paint queue. Because I've already got, a fair amount of things in the painting queue at the moment already. And as you guys know, I do plan on entering GBWC this year as well. So, kind of have more than enough things on the to-do list already. So, what do you think is one of the worst Gunpla you own? Oh, I don't know. Worst Gunpla I own. That's a tough one. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I it would be really hard to say, because I try not to ever really think. I mean, in my opinion, like, Gunpla being good or bad is more just, in my case, it's just based on my personal preference of the build, as in, like, if I like the design or not. So, like, if it's a design, that I don't like, then I just won't really be interested in the kit at all. Anyway, like, from the get-go. So, like, even if it's a really nice kit, if it's a design that I don't like, then it's not really something that's gonna get me very excited about it. But that said, there's been, like, the F91 2.0. I was never a fan of the F91 design, really. But the 2.0 kit was really nice, and it definitely made me appreciate the design more, and I certainly appreciate the kit. I really like the kit, even if the design is still not one of my favorites. So that happens sometimes. First stream I've seen from you. Well, welcome, Wolfie baby. Yeah, the Tristan obviously was a pretty bad kit. In general, yes. Yeah, the Death Army was also a little bit disappointing. That's one that I feel kind of bad to really badmouth the Death Army kit too much, because it's one of those where, like, if you think about it, like, what could you really have expected from the Death Army kit, really? I mean, because it's a pretty simple, like, basic design, right? So, like, expecting too much out of that kit really, I think, would have been setting your expectations way too high. But yeah, at the end of the day, it does still just feel a little bit disappointing of a kit. It doesn't feel, like, super solid. It's got seam lines all over the place. So yeah, it does kind of just feel like a little bit disappointing. I get what you mean on that one, for sure. I still wouldn't say it's a bad kit by any means, but it didn't end up feeling as nice as I maybe would have expected. Gundam guy, yes, Tristan update. Oh my god. How nice is it now that I don't have to get comments, like, daily of people asking me when I'm gonna have a new Tristan work in progress. Oh man. Those were the days, eh? The days that will not be missed. So, that said, that's not one of the reasons why I haven't started a new Trash or Treasure series. I know you may think that it's because, like, I just don't want to get hounded about it all the time again, but that's not the reason. One of the reasons was just because that I wanted to get another. Because if you guys saw, like, the very last part of the Tristan, like, the showing off the final product of the Tristan build, I showed like a little teaser at the end of that the next build was gonna be the Esculapias from G Unit, and I haven't been able to get another one of that kit. Shoot, that was right. I thought I put this part on wrong, but I didn't. I put it on right. I have the kit, but it's my old kit. That's, like, partially painted and snap built from 20 years ago. So I wanted to get a new one of that kit for the project, and I just haven't been able to get one yet, because they're just kind of hard to find when they haven't been produced recently, and they haven't been. But I think it's March or April this year, Bandai is scheduled to do a new run of the G-Unit HG kits. So that'll be a good time to pick up that kit. And so we'll see how my GBWC build is going at that time, if I want to also at the same time take on doing a work in progress, another Trash Treasure series at the same time. Maybe not, but if I think I can manage it, then something we may work on, or I might just wait until just once GBWC is done, because GBWC here is in August, so it could be something that I'll just do like from August, a new Trash Treasure series. I don't know, we'll see how things are going. It's a lot of things that I would like to do, but you know, and being able to do this kind of work full time now definitely gives me a lot more opportunities to do things like streaming was something that I wanted to do more, that I'm now able to do more thanks to now that doing this full time. But there's still only so many hours in the day, so you can still only do so much. So there's that. Let's see. Sorry, I know this was commented a little ways back, but there on Twitch, Winged Wolf said, I gotten the MG Blast Impulse yet? Oh, it's a question. Sorry, I thought it was a statement. Also, ever built the Master Grade RX 78 1.0? No, I've never built the 1.0 Master Grade Gundam. And no, I don't have the Master Grade Blast Impulse yet, but I do have it pre-ordered, so I will get the Master Grade Blast Impulse. I think my pre-order got in on the second round of that, I think. So like here in Korea. So that'll come out in Japan, and then it'll come out here in Korea, and then I think like a month later is when they do like the second round. So mine'll be a little bit later when I'll be getting that, but yep. CE. But I'm looking forward to that one. That'll be cool. When the HG Blast Impulse came out, you know, it's a pretty cool design. So, am I missing? Where is this part? Where's another part that I can't find? Where's this? Hello. What the? Ah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, when the HG came out, I was really on the fence about getting that because it's a pretty cool design, and I know the HG is a nice kit, so like, but ultimately decided to just pass on it. But then thankfully the MG came out, and the MG looks better, of course, so I was excited to be able to pre-order the MG. Of course, it sucks that they're P-Bandai kits, you know, but hey, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Zach, what is your Gunpla building tips for wargaming minis? Oh, I don't know. I mean, obviously a lot of this, like a lot of the same skills can be carried over between Gunpla and wargaming when it comes to like just painting at least, but I don't know. I think there's probably a lot more that a Gunpla builder could learn from like a wargaming mini builder than the other way around. So like, if you're into that, then you probably have more that you could teach me than I could teach you. Yeah. 2.0 Zeong? I don't know about that. I've never built the original Zeong Master Grade kit, so I don't know how well it holds up. I imagine it's probably a little bit dated, but it would be kind of an interesting build. I've never built that. I've never really had much of an interest in building it, but it would probably be a pretty interesting build. I should maybe check it out sometime in the future. The perfect Zeong. I would want to build it perfect, right? I mean, if you're going to go big, you got to go big. See how it compares in size to the HG Neo Zeong. Uh-oh. Oops. Freak Nasty. Thanks for your subscription there on Twitch. And I like the name there. Feel we're getting too trigger happy in deciding what should be P-Bandai, though. What's that? Maybe it's just because finding P-Bandai in the US is so difficult. Yeah. You know, I think, you know, it's not going to be happening as fast as those of you guys in the US would like, but I think over time you will see P-Bandai being more available in the US. The P-Bandai site there. So it sucks for now, and it's not really going to be like great in the future because it's still going to be like exclusives, so you're going to have to deal with that. But I think it's likely that the situation with P-Bandai will get at least somewhat better in the US in the future as it goes. So I don't know, like some stuff, like every now and then you'll have like a kit that's available. So, you know, if that's the case, then buy it if you want to see more stuff being available in the US, because if people aren't buying it, then they're not going to bother doing more. But of course, other people then want to take the tactic of not buying P-Bandai in a way to show Bandai that they don't approve of the business practice of P-Bandai in general. And so I don't know, I guess if you want to take that approach, it's a little bit different, but I don't like these fully articulated hands. Fingers just once you have them all cut out and everything, like the very first thing you have to do is twist the fingers into place, and it always feels so weak. I'm always so nervous. Just that first joint there, it's like twisting those into place, like you know you're putting some hard stress on that part, and it doesn't feel good. Well, I appreciate it, Freak Nasty. Hopefully they've started putting English in the manuals. Yeah, they started putting English in the manuals, and you know, I think we're seeing just kind of more attention in general being paid to the West, especially the US at least. So yeah. Soul, is it a nice build so far? Yeah, I mean, it's not too different from the original Dwadge, so I've built it before, and even the original Dwadge, you know, not super different from the original Dom. It's certainly an improvement in a lot of ways, with it being sort of like a Master Grade 1.5 of the Dom. So it's definitely different. But it's, you know, it's still a relatively familiar build. Anyway, yeah, good, solid, very nice. Let's see, we need also PCJ. This one. And one more of these. Yep. Hi Deki. Hello from Chile. Hello to Chile. Are you planning on attending Quinta Hobby? Hope to see you there. I know Chile's, you know, not a huge country, but it's not a small country by any means either. So, you know, just because someone is in Chile, I don't know how close you actually are to the event, but hopefully you can make it out. See ya, Alex. Have a good day, man. Safe travels there. Hopefully it's not too wet and rainy all day long. Oh, you're a staff of Quintabi. Okay, well then there you go. I'll definitely see you there. Yeah, it's a very long country, right? Exactly. Chile, I guess, is sort of similar to Japan in that way. You know, not an island, of course, but not a very huge country, but very long. It's certainly a long way to travel if you're going like from north to south. So let's see. I wonder, like, how long, like, I think most of the country, as far as I can remember, off the top of my head, most of Chile is like the width of it is, you know, it's similar, you know, kind of most of the way down. So like, how long would it take like to drive east to west, driving across Chile? I wonder. A couple hours, I guess. You'll be with Roberto to pick me up at the airport. Okay, cool. Then I'll see you in a couple days, actually. Noodle country. I don't know if it's quite that. I mean, that's a interesting noodle there. I don't know if it's quite that long and thin, but T24. And definitely the new parts of this kit are so nice. And as I said, with it being like a 1.5 version, essentially, the 0.5 is really, really nice. And that one would be like here. Thank you. Yeah, it's gonna be a long travel. I've been thinking about I was thinking about this yesterday. Thinking like, what should I do while I'm traveling? Because I'm gonna be like, it's a long time of traveling. I'm gonna be in the bus for like 4 hours to the airport, and then a couple hours in the airport, and then like a 12-hour flight to Dallas, and then a few hours at the Dallas airport, and then another flight. I forget how long the flight is, 9 hours or something flight from Dallas to Chile. So it's a long time of traveling. I was thinking like, oh, I should like do something. Because usually like for like a lot of times, especially when I'm traveling with my family, I won't bother like even like taking a book or something usually, because I'm just like taking care of my kids or whatever the whole time. So don't like have a lot of downtime really, even on like long flights. I'll just watch movies or something like that. I don't like the long flights. Just watching movies is usually enough, but I feel like I should plan something to do to use the time. So I'm thinking about that. What exactly I want to do. I'm brainstorming some ideas. I love the shoulder, like these shoulder parts for the Dwadge custom here. It's just a really cool design, and I mean, you got this big wide open surface there on the top. It's gonna be great for sticking like a big giant decal over the top of that. It's gonna look really cool. Gundam Guy. Bye, everyone, and thanks, Zach, for providing your content. Well, you're very welcome, man, and goodbye. Have a good day. See you next time. Hit me up if you're ever in Dallas, bro. We should kick it. Well, yeah, if I'm ever in Dallas, I assume I will be. As you guys sand resin parts in the plane. Yeah, that's an idea, Anthony. Take a bunch of resin parts and sand them on the plane. Yeah, why not? Aha! And here's the part that was missing. Oh, thank God. Thank God I didn't throw that away on the runner. Phew. Found it. Alright. Watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy? No. I think I would rather just, try to sleep. I don't dislike Lord of the Rings trilogy, but I'm sure I would just fall asleep. So I might as well just sleep. But damn, no. The problem is I don't have to take part too much. That's good. There we go. All right, cool. Phew. That's a relief. Watch Build Divers. Maybe. The problem is that for that I would need to download the episodes ahead of time, and I haven't done that, and I don't really have time to do that. So anyway, my point was that I did come up with an idea yesterday while I was thinking about that, and now suddenly I forget what my idea was. So I guess it's kind of a little bit of a nothing story there with that one, but the point is it's going to be a long time traveling, so I need to find the best way to make the most of it. Listening and watching while building MG Dynamace. Okay, building the MG Dynamace. Nice. That's a fun one. Do I know about Kobe Bryant's news? Yes, I heard about that, about Kobe Bryant. Very tragic news. I mean, whoever was in, any kind of accident, it's Kobe Bryant or someone, whatever, I mean, it's a tragic event when that kind of accident happens, or so shit. I would try not to, just me personally, I mean, I'm not telling anyone else what they can or can't do, but just me personally, I wouldn't put too much focus on it's being such a tragedy that we lost Kobe Bryant. I mean, yes, he was a very famous person. As far as I don't know a whole lot about him in general, but I know he was doing giving back to communities and things a lot, which is great. So that's bad. But I mean, anytime you have an accident like that, especially where where his daughter was there as well, sucks pretty bad, man. So yeah, definitely a shame. I think I really haven't seen the news about it, but I think just in briefly seeing the headlines or something, I think that there was another father and daughter or something in there as well, or there was another family or something like that in there in the helicopter that crashed that also died. I think I saw it too as well. So it's just really sucks, man. Anyway, I never finished watching Build Divers. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. Yes, what I was gonna do on the plane was take one of my magazine books, like the Mac K modeling book. that's all in Japanese, and then just spend some time like going through the book and just translating it. But I'm not sure. I was gonna test this if the translation app works when you don't have an internet connection. I'm thinking it won't, but I haven't tested it to make sure. So I was gonna test that to see if it does. Then that's what I was gonna do on the plane. Go through one of those books and just kind of just take some time studying it, and translating some of the Japanese, and just making some notes and stuff. Kind of do some modeling homework while I'm traveling. Alright, so there's the arms, and that means we've got everything done for the time being. And while I'm thinking of it, let's try that. Put my phone on airplane mode and no Wi-Fi, and see if we can translate something here. Okay, yes. No! I'm sure one of you guys can answer in the chat, but will this work? Uh-huh. Not instant. I'll turn that off. Turn that off. Oh, seems it does still work. Haha! Yes! Ah, very nice. Now, I want to turn that off though, not instant. Just scan, yes, okay. Please check your network connection and try again. Well, it was just... That's weird. When I have it on instant translation, for example, when I have it on instant translation, it's working. There. It's translating that. But when I have it on scan, where you just take a picture and then it scans it, then it's not working. What the... Google Translate will work if you download the appropriate language pack. So, how do I do that? Let's see. Settings. Offline translation. Aha. I have it here. It's downloaded. My offline translation. English, Japanese. There it is. But why is that not working? It doesn't work for scanning. It only works for instant translation. Is there any way to change that? Offline translation, camera input. Any of you guys know? Because, yeah, I have the offline translation. I have Japanese downloaded for that. But it apparently will only work. For instant. Darn. What about import? That's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. Just take a picture and then separately outside the app. Let's try that. Then go to the app, import it. Will this work? No, it doesn't. It says check your network connection and try again. Damn, that's annoying. So only works as instant. Instant's annoying because it's like constantly, unless you keep it super still and don't move at all, it's constantly changing all the time. It's shifting around and it's kind of annoying. Well, I'll have to check about that. See if there's a solution to that. Or maybe possibly a different app. Do you guys know, any of you watching live? Winged Wolf, the translator app that I'm using is just Google Translate app. But maybe if you guys know of a different translation app that will work offline, where it will just scan the image, let me know. But let's finish this build up by building the weapons, which is not too much to build. Basically, for the bazooka, it's pretty much just two giant halves sandwiched together, but you do have a handful of other parts here, and we have the axe as well. Indeed. We got the little tabs in there also. That's that. Hello from Bangkok. Hello to Bangkok. I'm curious how you sound when you speak Korean. 나 한국말 하면 이렇게. 한국말 잘 못하는데 괜찮은데 많이 필요 없다. That's how I sound when I'm speaking some Korean. I don't know how I'm supposed to sound. I imagine I probably sound pretty much the same, just speaking Korean. And let's check this out then. We need this handle part, which is here. And this has one of these here. Oh! Already on the first one and getting the stress marks on that. I don't like this. Like for the fully articulated hands, and they use the little tab part there in the handle that like flips out. Never really been a fan of that because it's just a super weak part, and like it kind of works, but you just have to be super careful with it. I much prefer the handle that just has like the permanent like tab just sticking out. That was like just part of like molded with the handle that just plugs into the hand. It's so much better. Like if you want to have the gun like not in hand and you don't want to have like a big like tab sticking off the side of the handle, and like that's how you're planning on displaying it, and you don't want to have that part like on the design, kind of like breaking the illusion that it's supposed to be just a regular handle without that, and then you just cut it off. It's as easy as that. But in this case, you have to deal with that really tiny, very delicate part. Does Korean have tone marks like Chinese? No, I don't think so. No. No. Do you think they'll make a Rick DJ kit? I don't know. I love the end of this bazooka. It's such a like unique design. And the handle, it's very double Zeta in the design of this gun. And kind of interesting that we don't have more stickers here for the kind of camera bits there on that. It's kind of plain, just straight out the box. But I love the heat rod, though. Very nice with this kit being that really bright fluorescent yellow. It looks really nice. And just the design, the mold of it is really good. You all noob. Okay. I guess you heard it here first, guys. We all noob. Just the last couple parts here for the axe, and then we can do the final assembly and be done with this And if you guys didn't see on my various social media yesterday, I posted that today there'll be an announcement for a new contest. It's also something that I mentioned last week, so it shouldn't be news to anyone if you watched the live streaming last week. But yeah, that's later today, this afternoon. I'll have to edit that and just post that. It should just be a quick video, just letting you guys know the theme and the rules and the prizes for entering in the next contest. But that's going to be starting off, and it should be a pretty fun one. So that will be starting soon. Well, it'll be starting as soon as today, as soon as I post that video. And you guys will have, obviously, some time for that. Another little nub mark I missed here. Hello from Australia. Hello, Australia. Or good day, I should say. It is day there. I know in the US it's getting to be night there, evening anyway. In Australia, though, depending on where you are in Australia, you should be right around the same time as me, give or take an hour. So, all right, there is the axe, and I'm still confused about this part of the design of the axe. It looks like that should like plug, like attach onto somewhere, but it just doesn't plug onto anywhere. Still, as far as I've seen, so it's a bit odd why it's designed exactly like that. Maybe this is going to be used with some other kit in the future, I don't know, but for the Dwadge and then for this kit as well, it doesn't actually attach onto anywhere. So, whatever the case, we got this part here, and let's put this guy together. Hoi. Arms in here. It's about to get very large. So oh boy. It's gonna be to the point where you guys can't really see it very well. And then this can actually plug onto either the left or the right side, but according to the manual, it's supposed to be on this side. There, up over is attached onto his shoulder, which is actually interesting because, you know, in other versions of the Dom, it's attached onto the back in some way. And I think, yeah, you still have the attachment point here. Like on the regular Dwadge, it's attached onto the side of the backpack in there. So if you did want to like customize this or whatever, you don't have... Oh, you do. Oh, you don't. Among... yeah. Among the leftover parts, you don't have the full original shoulder armor. So you have the inner part. For the original shoulder armor, there's an inner and an outer part. You have the inner part, but you don't have the outer part, which goes over the top of that. But if you wanted to, like, you know, just wrap some epoxy putty around here, you could turn this into basically like, kind of like the original Dom shoulder armor. You could modify this, you know, customize it in a way. If you wanted to have like one side or both sides, you know, whatever, having like the original type Dom shoulder armor, you could make that relatively simply, and then connect the beam saber handle into the backpack there. Same one with the original Dwadge. So it's an option you could do with that, but as it is, there you are. There's how it's gonna look. And just to, because someone asked about this early on in the stream, and I was gonna go over some of this stuff. Just some of the other leftover parts. You have like some parts of the legs, if you wanted the legs to not have the little kind of bump details on the side. Parts of the ankle leg. You have some parts from the original forearms, a much simpler design. The forearms that don't have an inner frame in there from the original kit. The design is not that different, but they just don't have, the new design is a little bit bulkier and has the inner frame inside. You've got those. You've got parts from the original ankle joint, which is also just slightly different. Some original skirt parts. And you have the full Rakuten bazooka. So that's a big plus. Can I speak Australian, mate? Yeah. This is now 10 years ago, I stayed in Australia for a month in Tasmania, and I did learn one word of Australian that I think I got like pretty good, and that was no. So now I think I can say no pretty well in Australia. But yeah, I mean, I've had Australian friends here in Korea, and then like hung out with Australian friends at times in Japan as well. So, and then obviously like plenty of online Australian friends. Josh, we hang out at least once a month every time we're doing Gunpla Talk. So, yeah. There you go. There's the Dwadge guy. All right. Whatever. Yeah, Winged Wolf. I did find the missing part. Maybe you missed. Maybe you stepped away from the stream or something for a moment. But yeah, I did find the missing part and I put that in. So yeah, nothing's missing. Everything's there. So we're all good. Okay. No. And let's see, what else did you say here? What do you think of MG the O? I always see it on your shelf and wondered your thoughts about it. Consider displaying it. Yeah. It's on my shelf because I built it a long time ago when it first came out. So before I was doing anything on YouTube or anything. So I've had it here and I meant to review it at some point, but I don't know. I just kind of never really get around to it. Maybe someday. Well, it's also kind of, there's some parts I need to do like some reassembly on because it was packed away for a while and like some parts fell off. I need to put it kind of back together a little bit. I should still have all the parts as far as I know, so someday I will maybe do a review of that. It's a cool kit. It's very big, similar to this, but it's even bigger than this. Of course, it's gigantic. Master grade kit. So I guess similar in size to the Sazabi Verka. Yeah, it's a cool kit, for sure. Just because of its size, obviously, it's not, like, the most nimble. You're not going to do any, like, super dynamic poses with it, but it's cool. Can I say good day, mate? I don't know if I'm like, I can say it, but I don't know if I don't know if my Australian's, like, good enough to really pull off a proper good day, mate. But I think there's probably some room for interpretation there, because probably a lot of people around Australia say it maybe a little bit differently. Tasmania isn't Australia. I've always wondered about that, how Australian people feel about that. Other Australians that I've talked to, because I've said, like, usually, like, if the subject comes up, talking with my Australian friends about it, I've said, like, I've been to Australia, but I don't really feel like I've really been to Australia because I've been to Tasmania only. And obviously I can't really compare it because I've never been to the mainland, but I feel like it has a little bit different feeling. I don't feel like I've been to Australia properly. So, I don't know. I mean, as an Australian, what do you think about it? But, yeah, from the people that I've said that to, Australian friends that I've mentioned that to, they say, no, it's like the same. It's not that different, so I don't know. I was also there in June when it's like really bad weather. It's like Australian winter time in Australia, and especially like Tasmania is like south, obviously, of Australia, so I think the winter is maybe a little bit worse there even compared to the mainland. So it was like not super cold, but it was cold and dreary. It was like rainy all the time, cloudy every day. It was like not really good weather, so didn't really have a very good experience in Australia. And it wasn't even proper Australia, so I still feel like I haven't quite really been there. But hopefully we'll get out there sometime in the future. So yeah, that's it for the Dwadge Kai. I've got a bunch of stuff to do today and tomorrow before heading off to Chile on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm gonna go and work on some stuff. Before leaving, my intent is to have the review for this guy up for you guys, and then also the new contest announcement up today, and also the last work in progress part for the G40. I'm almost done with that. I have a few more decals to do. The decals, it's like more than half done on that. I just basically had to finish up the legs, decals on the legs on the G40. So I'm going to try to finish that up. and entirely before I go, and I want to take that with me to Chile. So hopefully I'll have that G40 finished, and if any of you guys are gonna be there in Chile, you'll be able to see the kit hopefully there in person. I'm gonna take that, and then maybe some other small thing too I want to try to take as well. So we'll see if anyway. There's a couple of videos I'm gonna try to have out before I go, and then probably a couple that I'll just schedule as uploads to just come out while I'm away. But then I'll be away, probably won't be posting much of anything probably for a couple of days until I'll be back here on Wednesday night. So then like I probably won't even do anything that day, so it'll be like the next day, Thursday. So basically about a week where I'll have a couple of videos coming out, but it won't be certainly every day. So yeah, that's it. So thank you guys for hanging out. It's a cool build. Definitely would recommend getting either the original Dwadge or this. This one's a little bit more kind of that, like I said, a little bit kind of that double Zeta kind of feel to this, where I know not everyone's really into that that flavor of design. I think if you're more into just kind of the standard MSV kind of style design, then the original Dwadge maybe will be a little bit more appealing to. But either way, really great kits and really great improvements over the original Dom. So definitely recommended to get one of them. They're expensive because they're P-Bandai, but if you like the Dom, and especially the Dwadge, this variation of it, then I would say definitely pick one up if you can, one of them, whichever one you like more. So either way, you with both the kits, you do also get this nice extra little weapon there that you can use for other cool stuff as well. So all right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys. Have a good one.